Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. In this episode, we're going to be using a request build, which is going to be the Toyota Supra RZ at Le Mans with its engine swap. Now, I've actually done this car quite a long time ago back. I believe it was a month or two ago at Pitstop 600, and it was quite pretty successful. The car was quick, handled pretty decently, and was overall pretty smooth. If you want to check that episode out, there it is on your top right corner right there if you want to check it out. For this particular build, though, we're going to switch gears and try this car at Le Mans. So in this episode, I'll be showing a step-by-step guide on how to get the car. We'll be talking about the swap itself, the parts you'll need from car customization, most importantly the tune and the course to see what this car is capable of doing in Le Mans. So just in case if you can't get the win at Tokyo Expressway 600, this should actually be a pretty good backup plan build for you to use. So let's go ahead and get started. The first stage is going to be on how to find this car. Well, this car can only be found at the used car dealership, but unfortunately at this time, as we scroll down the menu, the car is not there. Now, however, if you actually went ahead and grabbed the car or do own one or two of these particular cars, you can actually spare one of them and just use it for this particular build. If you don't have it, then unfortunately you have to wait till it shows up. So the first stage is, of course, a swap. Now, if you want to go ahead and fast forward to the particular setup to see what kind of engine it is, you're more welcome to do so, just to pretty much fill out your curiosity. Now, this particular engine swap that I do have on the car, you can actually have the swap listed in your tuning shop list. In order to look for it in the game, all you basically have to do is basically go to garage and then go to tuning parts. And once you go to tuning parts, it should be able to locate all of the engine swaps you have collected within the game. But pretty much the longer you play the game, pretty much the more engine swaps you have collected. Or if you guys remembered about, I think it was either last year or 2 years ago, there was actually a way to actually farm engines for free. So unfortunately, I do not have that particular engine on me at this time to showcase what to look out for, but there should be on the right top hand corner the word compatible. If you see that, then just say yes twice and you'd be good to go for that swap. Now, for the particular setup for this car, for the parts that you'll need, starting off with the wheels, here are the wheels right here that you'll need for this car. Just make sure you just follow the particular instructions and then you should be good to go. Now, luckily, with this being a 700 pp build, you can actually do some bit of adjustments and play with it. Front bumper is Type A, the size Type A as well. The rear bumper is going to be Type B for extra downforce and handling purposes. And of course, the wing is going to also be Type B as well. So here is the tune list. There's, in fact, the engine right there to the far left in the green text. We got ourselves racing hard tires with fully customized suspension for the car. We got ourselves fully customized differential as well. For the downforce, just make sure you copy the numbers you see right there on the screen. After you get that together, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put some ballast to the car. Make sure you put whatever position the ballast is set at to your particular tune. That way it's going to help your car out, especially with that weight ratio as well. We're going to have a little bit of power restrictor as well. With fully customized manual transmission, the transmission that lowers your PP, that's one you need for this particular tune. Make sure you copy the exact kilometers that you see on the screen as well. As we scroll to the far end of the right side of the screen, we do have the racing brake package with the racing collector flywheel, weight protection stage 1, and that's going to be it for this particular tune because the engine is that powerful. As we get started with the race, the main objective here is going to be racing on fuel map 3, and we're going to try our best to stretch our fuel as much as we can. Now, you can do some short shifting if you want to, or if you want to adjust your fuel setting, you can, but I kind of feel like number 3 is a good balance. You get a lot of power with level 3, and you also will be able to save some fuel as well since we're not using all of the RPMs. Now, if you're curious on how the car handles for our first attempt to run, we actually lost it on our own, which was by our mistake. But as we get to our real actual one right here, the car is going to feel pretty good. I mean, it actually generally feels like a Group 4 race car, which actually is kind of strange just because of how much stuff we have on this car to begin with. I would say the only challenging parts to this car is probably going to be the racing brakes itself. It's not going to be like an instant stop. You actually do have to brake a little bit earlier than the Group 4s in my opinion, but since we have ourselves a car that actually is leaned more towards speed than downforce and handling purposes, your car is going to be really, really good, especially on these straights. Matter of fact, once we get to this main straight here, we are going to easily achieve over 200 miles per hour of speed, and the car is going to be flying very, very quickly through this particular straightaway. As you can see, we're picking off spots left and right pretty quickly. As we get down through the closer and closer to the first chicane, as you see, our top speed is right there at close to 200 miles per hour. As we're going to pass a couple of these cars right here on our left side, go back on the racing line, make sure we hit the brakes at the right time, which we do, and perfectly get through the first chicane without any incident or without any penalty. It was very smooth transition, and as you can see, as we get out of the first chicane, we found ourselves from last place to 8th. So it's a very, very good start for us in this particular run. Once we actually do go down a bit further down the road on the next chicane, we did not gain as many spots, but you can just see there the car really, really good on speed, which is going to be pretty much your best friend in this race. As we get to closer and closer to the second chicane of the main straight, we're going to follow right behind the Group 4 race car of the Supra. Get ourselves a nice power through there, and you can just tell the power difference is pretty big. Get ourselves back on the power, get that little toe, and then just like that, just easily move on by and just carry on our way down the road. Now, of course, right in front of us is the main leaders, which is going to be the Group 4 Suzuki Swift, the Group 4 Viper, and of course the Corvette. So those are the next 3 cars, so they are right there. So we should be able to not only catch them up pretty easily, but we should be able to easily pass them once we get to this other straightaway, which we're going to do anyway. So our first car we're going to pass is going to be the Swift. Should be no problem whatsoever. The Swift is more of a fuel efficient car, does not really have the best speed. I'm pretty sure it might have the worst speed overall in this class. As we get through this corner, we're going to take a 2-for-1 combo, get ourselves a race lead. And as we fast forward to lap 2, they beginning to notice that the track was getting cloudy. We do have some rain around the area, but just checking the radar, the rain is not really that heavy on the radar. So I figured, why not just go ahead and get ourselves a new set of racing hard tires, and also we're going to go ahead and refill the car with fuel. I didn't want to play any chances of us having to worry about having a very well worn out, if not really very worn out tires on this particular car. I mean, despite having good handling, and you can see the tires are not really in that bad shape, it's still better to be playing it safe than to be willingly try to do an aggressive strategy unless you know for sure that it's going to work for your car. So as you can see here, we're going to go ahead and change our tires to a new set of racing hard tires. We're going to fall back on the list for a couple spots, but we should be able to get back on the lead once we actually do get back to the main stretch of this lap. Plus, the driver set did not pit on this lap. We'll be able to pit on lap number 3, and you can see we fell back to 7th place. Now fast forward to lap 4, and this is when the rains actually came to the track. We were experiencing a pretty typical intermediate track on experiences. The car still had somewhat grip, but was not the best. As you can see here, we just went off the track. I was struggling with the track, so was some of the AI drivers too. We actually fell off the track. I think we ran off the track at least once or twice in this lap, so that's why our lap in this particular occasion is pretty bad compared to the other past laps. So thankfully for us, we were the first ones to come pit red. What I'm going to do here is going to quickly get ourselves an intermediate tires, which is going to be the green wall tires to our right. I tried to figure out which ones to get first. I decided to go for the hards. For this particular pit stop, I mean, I could have gone for the intermediates, but I think at that point the rain was lifting a little bit, but it did get a little bit challenging to drive, especially on lap 3, lap 4. But luckily for us, the rain was ending. The track was, in my opinion, was going to dry up, especially the first part of the track. The other part of the track had to pretty much dry up later part. As you can see, the sun is actually out. You can tell by because of the reflection of our paint job in the window. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and refill the car with fuel with a new set of slicks again. And that's going to be it for our pit stop. Fast forward now to what's going to be our official last pit stop. Is going to be lap 6. You can see the particular skies is back on blue. You can see the sun is back as well. So lovely scenes right here that we're seeing right here. A nice, beautiful, clean, dry track. And for this particular last pit stop here, all I'll be doing here is just getting some fuel. The tires are still in decently good shape. Plus, we have less than 4 minutes to go, so usually I go by for 4 minutes is a safe barrier to tell the difference between making it and not making it one lap. So since we're below the 4-minute barrier, I know for a fact that once we get enough fuel that surpasses a little bit of a lap, then that's going to be the ending of our pit strategy. So here we are once again for the last time. Refill till we actually do hit a little bit. 1.1 to 1.3 is what I recommend doing. Just give you a little bit of assurance. Come back to the track. We did lower our fuel map to number 2 since we had a little bit extra to burn. And yeah, that's going to be our run at Le Mans. The car did very well for it to be a car which the average fuel life is about 2 laps. I thought it did pretty well. Has good horsepower, really good torque. So if you're looking for a car that can be really useful for a swap, just in case you don't have the Group C's or the Escudo, then this car right here can pretty much get the job well done as well. So as we finish up the race, it's going to be yet a very dominant race overall for our car. We also went ahead and captured the clean race bonus, and that's going to be it for our run at Le Mans. So yes, a very dominant performance from this car. And like I said before, if you do have the engine for it, and if you do have the car, I would really recommend giving it a shot, and hopefully this will help out to earn you some credits. Now for our next build, it's going to be actually a Porsche 911 build. This particular one is going to be, I believe it's a 2016 GT3 build. And it's been a while since I actually done this car. So, you know, looking forward to showcase what this car is capable of doing at Tokyo Expressway 600. Hopefully this particular Porsche build will help you out in GT7, especially at Tokyo Expressway 600, which I think it should, because Porsche is one of those brands you can really trust, especially in that particular race. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully this particular tune helps. And until then, I'll see you guys later. And see you later when we get back to GT7 at Tokyo Expressway 600. So that is going to be for today's episode. Hopefully this particular build has helped you out in Gran Turismo 7. If you guys have any suggestions or any other builds you want me to try out, you're more than welcome to add those to the comments below, and I'll try my best to do them. Until then, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and if you guys would like to subscribe to the channel, you're more than welcome to do so as well, as I'll have some more stuff coming up in the next couple days. Until then, see you later and take care.